Hello, guys, and welcome to our podcast. I'm joined with Tom, and we are going to be doing randomly placed podcast sessions every now and then, I think, just chatting about random subjects and topics.
Yes.
Hello, Tom.
Hi.
Hi, how's it going?
Oh, so relaxed.
I want to just chill out for a bit and
Are you
talk.
relaxed?
I'm very relaxed, I've not got a very good chair, to be honest with you. My chair that I sit in is very wooden, very uncomfortable, and I've tried to...
Mine's losing 5 wheels. It's being held up by my drawer.
Oh gosh, really? Is it that
Yeah,
bad?
you may hear some of this.
Oh wow.
Some of that. I need to get a new chair, like desperately.
So do I, but I'm actually moving a house in September, so I should get a new chair then. But at the moment, I've got like pillows that are sort of wrapped around it to try and give it some padding.
Oh.
It's not very effective. It still feels like I'm sitting on a rock, to be honest with you.
Oh.
So yes, me and Tom are going to be doing podcasts at random intervals. I don't think we want to set ourselves a schedule for this, but we are going to talk about different things in each podcast, maybe even take suggestions from you in the comments to this video.
Sorry, Zach.
Yeah.
You hear the ice cream man outside. For anyone who's listening.
Is it the child catcher?
I don't normally have my window open when I record. So most of this ambient noise that you can hear isn't present in most of the things that I do.
There's nothing wrong with a little bit of ambiance, Tom.
Yeah, but this is a nice, chilled, relaxed podcast. Now,
Yeah.
Continue. I'm sorry to interrupt.
Anyway, so we're going to talk today a little bit about how we met each other and how we got to know each other, because obviously, if we're going to be doing this as a semi-regular thing, then I think it's a good idea to have a bit of background about us. So we can talk about how we met, things that we sort of got up to at school and college, parties that we've been to, etc., and that stuff.
You make it sound like we're a couple.
I know.
Things that we've got up to in school, in college.
Nothing of that nature. Don't worry.
Why not, Zach?
Why not? Because
Why not?
I was never. Well, if not, why not? Well, I was never really interested you in that way, Tom. Unfortunately, it just didn't really work out, did it?
Damn it.
Yeah. So anyway,
It made you a very happy husband. This is becoming into a weird ZeroEmpires fan fiction.
No, let's not go there. I don't really want that pinned to my name.
He does.
You know how rumors start and they get blown out of proportion, and then before you know it, you've got people harassing you about things that never even happened.
Yeah.
Go on,
carry on. Sorry, I keep butting in.
Well, I was going to say about how we met and what kick-started our sort of friendship.
You're not helping the whole situation of husband.
Can we call it a friendship? Yeah, we can, of course.
A friendship.
Are you a true friend?
Oh, thanks.
Well, I can't remember, to be honest with you. I think it was in secondary school, wasn't it? At Reek Valley.
Yeah, it was.
That prison of a place.
You make it sound like some sort of awful, like reek.
It smelled quite badly.
It wasn't too bad, I guess. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was an okay school, apart from the fact that it resembled a prison on the inside and looked like a boat on the outside.
Hmm.
Other than that, it was a pretty good school. But I think I've got a lot of good memories there. And I can't remember the exact year that we sort of met each other. I remember seeing you around school in like year 10 and 11, but we never really spoke that much, I don't think.
I think we both had a different sort of groups, didn't we?
Yeah, because I think well, I didn't have you in any of my classes, but I do remember when we got up to sixth form, then our friendship groups sort of merged and we got to know each other a bit better there.
Yeah, a lot of people did, because obviously the sixth form wasn't exactly that big.
No,
so everyone sort of had to sort of migrate together or just be left in the corner.
Yeah, definitely, and there were people who were left in the corner.
Well, they formed their own little gang though.
Yeah, they had their own little
everything
corner.
worked out in a while.
I remember that guy who used to sit there on his own reading his book.
Yeah,
And I remember that he distinctly looked like a mole.
No. My cousin used to call him the sludge monster.
Oh, what?
Like,
Oh,
he had no reason to call him that. I asked him, I said, why do you call him the sludge monster? He's like, he looks like a freaking sludge monster. How horrible is
to
that?
be honest, I feel sorry for the guy. I mean, I think he was a nice guy. The thing is, people used to try and make the effort to talk to him, but when they've got it firmly lodged in their head that people are just trying to bully them, then they kind of automatically, even if someone's trying to be nice, they take it badly and they react badly. And I think that drove more people away who, at that age, when people start to mature a little more, I think it may have he may have pushed them away. I mean, I don't remember going over there to talk to him myself, but I'm sure there were people who did. I don't know if I feel like a bad person for saying that now.
No, I agree, because like, if you've been bullied, and like someone comes up to you and they're like, oh hey, how you doing? You're probably gonna think you're like taking the piss. Like,
hey, it's one of those guys.
Is it a dare? Yeah, it's like, hey, one of those fucking guys.
Exactly.
He's one of those fucking guys.
You never know, and then they become insular, and then they become like a villain in a cartoon who's been bullied all their life, but then they, by the age of 25, they've made this mechanism inside of their houses every night after school, and they're going to take over the world. I might, in a couple of years' time.
Hey!
That could be the sludge monster in a couple of years' time.
It might be.
He might have something to steal the moon or steal the sun or whatever it was that Despicable Me did.
You were never a bully, and I was never a bully.
Oh no.
So I always felt bad for people who did get bullied.
Yeah, I think by the time we got up to sixth form, me and Tom actually met. We were much. I think everyone was a bit more mature at that stage. Though I do remember distinctly one day you decided to grow a beard and make your beard look like your hair because you shaved your head but had the beard, so it looked like your head was upside down. Literally, if you'd just rotated your head 180 degrees, it would have looked normal.
That was a good day. Oh my god, I love beards.
You've always reminded me of a bit of a bear, Tom. A friendly bear.
Thank you. I'm a bit of a bear though.
Like,
I'm a big guy. I like giving hugs. I'm a big bear.
A big bear. Big bear hugs.
Big bear.
Big bear in the blue house. Wait, was that a program? I remember there was a cartoon with the big blue bear thing.
There's actually a clip on YouTube of that, but it's all been like ghettoized. Bears, no, it's not been ghettoized. Bear is a Scouser. And he's like, yeah, come in my fucking house. I can't do a Scouse accent. But he's like, come in my fucking house here, lad. I can't do a Scouse accent. But it's funny. Like, if you search like bear in the big blue house Scouse accent, it's...
Yeah, I'll have a look for that. One thing I find quite amusing is British accents that you get from all over the country. The distinction between a Birmingham accent and a Newcastle accent. Or a Leeds accent and a London accent.
If you listen to it quite carefully, though, most accents sort of, you can sense where they sort of merge together a bit and they sort of break up as well. Like a Brummie, well, I deal with a few Brummies at work, and my mum's boyfriend is from Newcastle.
Right.
And like I can hear a comparison between the two voices. It's not like, they instantly go together, like things like that. But you know that they're both up, like quite northern in a way,
right?
And I don't know. I can't really explain it because it's something you obviously.
As a British person, you sort of pick it up because you're so used to hearing it your entire life, I suppose.
Yeah.
You know where people are from their accents. But I think it's strange how, England is such a small country in comparison to many other countries, yet we have so many diverse accents. And I don't know if it's so different in other countries, but
I guess it is, isn't it?
It's something that I find quite strange how, someone who grows up 10 miles down the road from someone else could have a completely different accent or a way of speaking. It's strange.
Yeah, I agree. I agree on that. It's a bit weird.
We've kind of gone a little bit off topic there anyway. We were, intending to talk about school memories here. A lot happened in the sixth form years, those 2 years of doing our A-levels. I've got quite a lot of memories of that school. And I remember at, the very start, it was very sort of segregated. Everyone had their own little groups. And there were, the people who banksied the seats in front of the TV.
Fucking hell, I hate that.
Yeah, the lads. And
it was the first day of that as well. It was like the first day of college. It was like, that's my area, that's your area. It's like,
this is how it's gonna be. Yeah.
Then again, I liked our old area the first year, that area was nice. I missed that area so much when we sort of migrated to the next part. Because that table
that's the
was
thing.
like, it
In
was a big table.
our sixth form was split into like two halves, wasn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
And we had one half was like the bit before the main area, and that little bit was where all of the year 12s were like shoved in like sardines in a sardine tin, and all of the year 13s were in the end area. But when we had our induction, we were like, oh, this is nice, all comfy seats.
Yeah,
This is
yeah.
great. This is great. Let's sit down here. This is lovely. And then as soon as the year 13s got back, because we started the induction a few days before the year 13s got there, we got there to sit down in those seats that we'd just been enjoying, to find that they'd already been taken by all of the year 13s, who
No.
rightfully sit there.
Not, taken. Like, I mean, they probably were in the same situation as us last year.
Yeah, they were. Yeah, no doubt.
So, but they were like, these are our seats now. Yes.
Go to your area.
Like it's a rite of passage.
Yeah, and then when you're at the very top of the school, you get to sit on your comfy seats and have a TV, which the other scrubs in the lower school could only dream of.
And you can look down on them.
Yeah, exactly.
You're the highest in the school.
And we used to just
even though you're
chill.
like young as fuck still.
Young as, well, 17, 18. Technically adults at 18.
Yeah.
You look like an adult when you were 16, no doubt.
I looked like an adult when I was 6.
Yeah.
You
were born, and as you came out, you looked like a grown man.
I had a beard.
Yeah.
No, people say that though. I mean, I wouldn't say I've got an old face, because I've got quite a baby face. I've got quite baby skin, like baby soft skin. But because when I started growing facial hair, fuck me, like, maybe when I was 13. By the age of like 15, I had a beard.
Yeah.
I think it was about 15,
now,
16.
I think if I didn't shave for maybe 8 days, I'd get a little bit of a beard going on, but not a lot. But for you, I can imagine you probably have to shave every day, otherwise you get a bit of
I give up. I just gave up. Like,
it's a bit of a chore.
If I shaved with a razor,
it wouldn't work.
A day or two, I'd have quite long stubble.
Right.
So I just thought, you know what? There's no point. Might as well just keep it. I did that, didn't I? Do you remember? I think it was.
No, you grew a full-on beard, didn't you?
Yeah. I grew a huge beard.
That was something.
And oh crap! I completely forgot about this. Remember when we went ice skating once?
Yeah, I remember that.
And I had that then, and someone came up to me like, "Are you their dad?" It's like, no.
I remember that. I was, that we went ice skating with the school when we were in year 13. Was it year 13? Yeah. And I was so excited. I used to ice skate every weekend. I had my own skates and everything.
For those of you who don't know, Zach is fucking awesome at ice skating.
But I had like hockey skates, not figure skating. I'm not a puff. But I'm not a puff. But yeah, I used to love ice skating. I used to go all the time, sometimes 2 or 3 times a week. And we had this sixth form coordinator. Her name was Karen. And I was like, Karen, we need to go on a trip with the school. And she's like, oh yeah, well, that's a good idea. Let's do like an end of year or an end of term trip. I was like, can I suggest ice skating? She was like, oh, that would be a great idea. Let's go ice skating. So
let's just put that on the fridge.
Yeah.
Pop that on the fridge.
And it ended up happening. So the school organised an ice skating trip, and I was so stoked for it because I had my own skates and I looked really cool in front of everyone. And I was like, all right. You know what? Because I used to skate so often, it was like really natural to me. But I was so nervous that I was gonna like mess up and like not look good in front of everyone, that my legs were shaking and everything. And for the entire time I was skating, I skated terribly because I was just so nervous that I was going to embarrass myself in front of everyone. When I had this, the preconception was there that I was going to be great, and I was kind of excited to show off a bit, and then I ended up just doing the total opposite, really.
Oh,
wasn't
bless
so
you.
good.
I didn't go on that trip.
Did you not?
No, because I like ice skating, but I'm a tiny bit embarrassed if I fall over. I've never fell over. Never fell over.
I remember.
When I've been ice skating like not a lot of times, but
you come with me a few times, haven't you?
Yeah, I think I've gone like in 5 or 6 in total, but
yeah,
I've never fell over purely for the reason, like similar to you, how you sort of got nervous because you wanted to impress people. I've never fell over on the reason that I believe that if I fell over and if my hands touched the ice, someone would skate over them and I would lose my fingers. That is what fucking
Yeah.
terrified me.
A
That's
lot
why,
of people have that fear.
yeah, it's because like it can happen.
Mm.
If you
Well,
fall over and some unsuspecting idiot just comes by and just goes like and just chops them all off. It's like, oh, sorry, I didn't see you, dude.
Yeah.
Did you see these? Did you see my hands? I've always been so scared of that though.
Yeah, yeah. I was worried at first. I think after your first fall, you realize it's not too bad. I lost count of how many times I fell over now. Obviously, if you want to get better in a sense of, be able to do more things on the ice, you will fall over. You'll have a lot of accidents. Like I remember once, I went to ice skating one weekend, and I'd been skating at this stage for about a year and a half, so I was pretty confident on the ice. And I was skating up to one of my friends, and I just forgot how to stop. And I went straight into them and fell flat on my back. They just like stood upright, like it didn't even affect them. And I just like slipped over into them, and that's after a year and a half of skating.
I remember you doing something very similar, excuse me, like that when we went skating. Do you know when you do that like little slide to stop?
Yeah.
You sort of turn your legs and you sort of like
Yeah, slide across the ice.
Well, I remember you doing that, and you just went straight to the side of the barrier. And you just sort of like put your arm there and like say, "Yeah, I meant to do that." I just looked at you like,
trying to look cool.
Is it?
Yeah, I think things happen like that, and it's unexplained. You're so certain that you can do something, but you fall asleep at the wheel, and you mess it up.
That's true.
So it happens to all of us. True. But that was a good little ice skating trip that was with the school there. One thing that I absolutely hate though, and I probably sound very old for saying this, but when you go ice skating and you want to go with a few friends, and then they decide that, hey, let's make a disco, and they put all the lights on, and you like, you can't see where you're going. The music's really loud, so you can't hear your friends. If you want that, you go to a nightclub. You don't go to an ice rink.
Turn that music down. What's with all these lights?
That's like the 40-year-old in me coming out there.
40? That sounded like the 40-year-old. You know what I want to do. Sorry, I'm just like breaking up the ice skating thing because it just reminded me. We're done. We're done here.
We're moving on.
I've only been like once or twice, I think. No, probably more times than that, but once or twice that I can remember.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking Laser Quest.
Oh god, that thing.
Like I always suggested to people, like going, "Oh, do you want to go Laser Quest, like for someone's birthday or just like a little outing?" It's like, "No, man, we want to go paintballing." It's like, no, it's not as cool.
They're ballers, man. Of course they're gonna want to do that.
Okay, in your opinion, what's better, paintballing, Laser Quest, paintballing?
Laser Quest. Well, when you put it like that, Laser Quest sounds great, but in reality, paintballing trumps it every time. Now, the thing is, paintballing is the successor to Laser Quest. I remember going Laser Quest when I was about 11, and I went with a friend, and I think his name was Hugh. I lost contact with him because we moved house, and it was before the days of having a mobile phone as an 11-year-old.
Isaac.
Yes.
Hugh was he?
Hugh was he? He was actually from Scotland, believe it or not. His name Hugh. I don't know his second name, but we went Laser Quest once.
With his second name, are you? Sorry, that's really shit. Oh,
sigh.
So many jokes. Like
sigh.
He got bullied.
No, he didn't actually. He was quite a badass. Now, we went Laser Quest, and he was a couple of years older than me, and I was about 11 at the time, so he would have been like 13, almost 14. And he was like, he sort of took me under his wing kind of thing. And me and him went Laser Quest together. My parents took me for, I think it was a birthday or something like that. And when we got to the Laser Quest place, he was like, "Oh, don't worry, I come here all the time. I've got this." And so we were going around together, like, taking it really seriously, like we're in the army, as you do when you're that age.
Fucking hell.
And this guy, he knows, he goes like, oh, I know a really good spot. Let's go there. So I followed him in, and there was this kid there, about the same age as me, about 11 years old. And this kid's like hiding, crouching behind these barrels. My mate just walks straight up to him and goes, "This is our spot." I was like,
What?
"Hang on a minute. Hang on. Just step back a second, Hugh." And he goes to this kid, "Get out,
That's awful.
or I'll punch you." I was like, "Why? Why are you doing this?" And this kid was like, "No, I want to stay here." And he just walks up to him and kicks him in the chest. And this kid just
What?
goes like flat back, like onto the floor.
Is this fucking serious?
Yeah, and he just like ignores him and just goes and sits where he was sitting.
What the fuck?
I know, it was brutal. And though that is, you don't get that in paintballing. That's real Laser Quest.
Holy shit. It's our spot. Get out of here.
It was so bad. I feel sorry for the kid. I mean, I was pretty traumatized at the time because I'm not an aggressive person. But this Hugh guy, man, he went huge right there.
Was he like decked out in just like black clothing, balaclava?
He was wearing like a semi-ghillie suit.
Really?
He went, yeah, like all on full.
Like, it's just Laser Quest.
I know. And then contrast that to when I went a couple of months ago. I think we went for someone's birthday, just as a bit of a joke, because one of our friends works there, so we got a cheap rate or something. And we're just sort of walking around, just like doing making a human turtle so that none of us could get hit. That's pretty good.
I remember doing something similar to that. Like not to get hit, you used to bring duct tape, and you used to duct tape the bit which is supposed to be like you're supposed to hit people off.
Sensors. Yeah.
So they're like, he's not playing fair, and you're like, fuck off.
Yeah.
Doing that, like you could do that as well. When you were playing, instead of like standing up like any normal person would, you just like crouch, have your knees up to your chest, and just shoot from the ground.
One thing I used to do was sneak out. And there was a room before you go into the main arena, the Laser Quest arena, where you put all your packs on.
Oh, yeah.
So I'd sneak out there, and there'd be like 20 packs that weren't in use, and I'd shoot them instead and get the top score that way.
Oh, could you do that?
Yeah. I just went.
What did you get? I got 4. You? 6. You? 20,000! Just make up a fucking number.
Yeah. It was pretty good way to cheat at Laser Quest, but I don't know, like sometimes they used to have a staff member who'd stand out there and like catch you red-handed and be like, "What are you doing out here?" Like, I just needed to tie my laces.
I would honestly reward that person for
having the
how
sense.
smart is that? Like any other kid would be like, "Yeah, I've got to get points by killing other people," but if you come outside and think, you know what, I can do this so much easily and win.
Yeah, but like, that kind of defeats the purpose of it, because I mean, at the end of the day, the idea of it is to have some fun. It's not so fun standing in a room shooting stationary targets as it is shooting your mates in the arena.
It might be fun if you're like, "Yes, I win. Yes, I win. Yes, I win." Bit of a psycho.
Yeah.
Hey, how many times have you been paintballing anyway?
I've never been paintballing.
You've never been?
No, I'd like to go, but I've never actually been.
I guess it's a bit fun. Like, I've been twice. First time was like a total fucking disaster, but the second time was pretty cool.
Right.
One of the bad things is that you have to buy your own paintballs, so
I can imagine it can be quite expensive.
It can be extremely expensive because if you don't sort of like conserve your ammunition, you end up blowing like £20-30 just on paintballs.
Yeah, and you can get paint grenades as well, can't you, or something, or smoke grenades or something.
Yeah.
But they cost quite a bit.
Oh my god, someone bought a smoke grenade there. Like I don't know who it was, but
yeah,
you obviously break off into certain teams, and it's like team 1 versus team 2 and that.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember he bought like 6 grenades, and he threw them all in at once, and every single one of them was a fucking dud.
Wow!
Like he just got completely ripped off, and he was like, "I threw grenades in there." It's like, yeah, it didn't work though. And
oh dear.
People, you can only go for like. No, I think it's body shots and I think
headshots.
No. Headshots. Headshots don't count because you wear a helmet. You're advised not to go for the headshots because it obviously is dangerous. But back in my like massive dickhead days, me and a group of people were like just going for mouth shots because obviously you have the visor, and I've gotten shot in the mouth plenty of times. Nothing bad. There's nothing bad wrong with it. You only get like a bit of paint and it tastes a bit weird, but these people were coming out of the game completely clean except for their mouths, which was just like a rainbow of colours just splashed around. Oh my god, I was such an
Looks
arsehole.
like they've been eating crayons or something. Well, paints.
It just
Well, yeah, it was paint.
just like really messy eaters or something.
Mm.
Paintball is
Wow.
fun though. I mean,
Yeah.
it's got, you know, like Laser Quest. It's really dark and you can't really see anything. Like where
Yeah.
you get and all that. But with this, you honestly feel like that, like probably like how that guy did, that commando guy, because you feel like you're properly
In
into
it.
battle.
Yeah. Yeah.
It does feel pretty cool. But if you get shot once, it's like raise your arm up and you got to walk out. Like,
Oh dear.
you got to wait for a respawn.
That sounds a bit too policed.
It is stupid because sometimes the paintballs don't explode, and even if you hit
Right.
someone, you're like, I've hit you, and it's like, oh, it's not exploded. It's like, well, okay, let me shoot you and let me see if you bleed.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think it would be cool, but I think they've got to have it less policed and let it a bit more of a free for all.
Yeah.
Would just be fun. Instead of like playing an objective, just go into the woods and shoot each other.
It's powerful stuff, though, you know.
Yeah, I can imagine it does hurt. I mean, I've seen people who've come back from paintballing with massive bruises and such.
Yeah.
It's quite bad.
I was one of the lucky ones. I think I only had one bruise, and that was on my knee, I think.
Right.
Oh, I can't remember when I got shot on the knee, but most of the time the paintballs hit me on my leg.
Yeah.
Like none of them exploded.
Oh, right.
But I always was like, yeah, I got hit, put my hand up, and just walked out. But whenever
Just
you
be
do that,
honest.
people just go like, get him, he's got his hand up.
Yeah,
It's
don't
like,
they shoot you as you're like
they
walking
still
out?
shoot you.
Yeah,
Massive
so
dicks.
what's the
Like,
point? You may as well
stop.
just pretend you didn't get shot.
I think if you do that, the people come over and they're like, you've been shot, you've got to leave.
It's rubbish. Why would they ruin your fun like that? It
I know.
sucks.
Like you pay just to sort of like fire some paintballs off people,
Yeah.
and so did they. So,
So what is it, Tom? Paintball or Laser Quest?
mm-mm. Paintball, Laser Quest.
Oh, there we go. That's much better. Anyway, so I'd say Laser Quest in that situation.
Definitely Laser Quest.
Definitely.
Definitely Laser Quest.
Yeah. So
Moving on.
I think we've probably spoke for about half an hour right now. Now I don't want to drag on for too long, but before we do head off, I will want to say that obviously I'll be uploading this to YouTube. So if you've got any ideas for future shows and future sort of topics that we could just talk about, then leave a comment with your suggestions below.
Yes, I have one thing I want to say, Zach.
Yes.
I spoke to you about this before, and you know what it's going to be. I was I was talking to Zach earlier about doing this and talking about some very sensitive topics. Now, Zach, for his own reasons, doesn't want to do that. But I'm quite open with myself, and I know a lot of people who view your channel, Zach, are quite young. Well, most of them, not all of them. I know some of them are like same age as us and everything.
Uh-huh.
And if you've got any sort of like sensitive topics or questions, you can always ask, and I don't mind answering whatsoever.
Ask and you shall
I'm a very open
receive.
person. I've had a lot of very awkward moments in my life.
Yeah.
Very awkward moments, and
It'll be fun to talk about.
trust me, you're not alone. If you think you're alone, you're not. Chances are it's happened to so many people before.
Yeah. And I don't know. I don't really know which direction or what direction we want to take this in, but I think we're pretty open-ended. We can take any sort of ideas and suggestions and just see where we take it, really.
Yeah, I mean, like anything. If you've got anything like any questions like, oh, what's your favorite color? Blue.
Or
Any questions?
what is the
or-
meaning of life?
Yeah, even if you've got like a question like, oh, I like this girl who likes this other guy. What should I do? Anything like that. We'll sort you out.
Yeah.
Not in that voice. That's like Ross Kemp.
Yeah, I was just about to say Ross Kemp on
Ross Kemp,
Afghanistan or whatever it is.
Ross Kemp on drugs.
Anyway, yes. So thanks a lot for watching, guys, and we will speak to you shortly.
Okay. Bye bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.